What's up, everybody? It's Reggie Williams, founder and CEO of Ambrosia For Heads, and welcome to our listening party. I am honored to kick off the first of this series with two true hip-hop icons. Both of these artists have sold platinum albums, meaning they've sold millions and millions of copies. You don't hear that these days. Both these guys have worked with some of the biggest names in hip-hop, from Dr. Dre and Eminem to Eric Sermon and Method Man. They laid the foundation upon which the crib of MTV was built and gave it a ride too. Most importantly, these guys have been going for 30 years and have just released two of the best albums of their careers, Muddy Waters 2 and Kingmaker. If you don't know who I'm talking about, welcome Redman and Xzibit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for that, man. Dope intro. Thank you.
Thank you.
Killer intro, like you had a card of reading. You killed that, bro.
Yeah, I'm super grateful to have you guys, man.
No, likewise.
Huge fan for years from the beginning, and you know, the new albums. I've had the privilege of hearing both, but incredible. But I gotta ask, have you guys met each other in the past? I know you worked together.
Yeah,
Have you met?
absolutely. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
absolutely. Yeah.
We actually did a record back in the past too. Me, you, and I think it was Razzcast, bro. Like to a Fred Wreck beat.
Yeah. I don't think it came out though.
Yeah, but
we've known each other.
Right.
Yeah, but I this is the first time I was able to work with him and put it on my record. So yeah, a little spoiler alert, but this is dope to be able to, I respect this man's opinion. I respect this man's craft, his journey. So it's really an honor to be sitting here with Reggie Noble. You know what I'm saying?
So when's the first time he came on your radar? What's the record that cracked your head?
What the album? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like being able to listen to how he was spitting, you know, like, come on, man, like Time for Some Action, Superman Lover, like, come on, bro. And, you know, like, just watch his journey. It's been very similar to mine. I think we have a lot of similarities in the way we've created and guided our musical paths. And so it's really dope to be able to sit here and, like, just him to hear my music, which I'm really nervous about because, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really, when I first started trying to write and doing all that stuff, you know, of course, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's like, yo, you sound like Redman. It's like, hey, man, listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was really dope to be able to watch and feel his energy. And now we here in this room, like really, like, comparing records. You know what I'm saying? It's dope.
Red, what about you? When did you first hear X?
First video. Yeah. Your first video is one of my favorite videos of all time.
Paparazzi,
with the because I'm big on creative content, if you will, not just the music, but the all around about circle of hip hop, from, you know, the quality control of the mix, the quality control of the artist, the sound, the video. And your first video, bro, where it was just jumping from scene to scene and things were moving.
Oh, you talking about What You See Is What You Get.
Yeah, What You See Is What You Get.
Yes.
One of my favorite videos, bro, of all time, bro. And when I seen him do that, I was like, yo, bro, this is something I would do. That video actually made me level up into what I was doing, content-wise.
Wow.
Because it was like the path he took for What You See Is What You Get, the path of the director and the fabric of it was just so entertaining and in your face, and it also was the hub of the culture, because you had so many things going on at one time that stood for our culture of people and the culture of hip hop. But it was all in one video.
Yeah.
So like when I first seen him with that, I was like, yo, this guy is like an East Coast me. Like I would have definitely did that. Because at the end of the day, and still to this day, it's about shock value for me. That's why my music resonates. That's why his music resonates. Not just because of we're dope artists, because how we put it out, it brings a shock value. So I definitely been respecting this guy for the longest, bro.
That's dope.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I wanted to do this because, you know, we've been to listening parties in the past, right? But sometimes you take it for granted. It's a privilege to be able to hear new music from artists and hear their journey and description of the music. So I wanted to share that with the masses. So that's what this is about.
Dope.
Before we get to the new music, though, I want to do something we call Fast Five. I'm going to ask out 5 questions just to kind of take it back to the essence, right? Get the juices flowing. So first one is, what's the first rap album you bought with your own money?
Stetsasonic.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stetsasonic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Red?
The first rap album. Well, I was a DJ, so I brought, it wasn't like the one album for me, but the first album that did it for me, that gave me that bulb, that battery in my back, was Strictly Business. EPMD. That's the album that made me want to do this.
Did you think you were going to be working with them one day when you first heard
It
that
was all God's blessing. It was God's plan.
Yeah.
I look at that story and I'm like, yo, literally, like I told you guys, like, you know, me sliding the curtain back with my sister when I first heard the album and telling my sister, I'm like, yo, this is it. This is what I want to do. I'm going to DJ for you, Roz. That's my sister name. Yo, you just rap, I'll be the DJ. But do you hear this? And I was playing Strictly Business. And later on, I did not know I was going to connect with them, and they'll be my founding fathers of me. Wow. So it's all a blessing, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so who was your first favorite rapper?
Ooh, shit.
I'll tell you, my first one was Melly Mel.
Yeah?
Like, yeah, Melly Mel was my first favorite rapper.
My first favorite rapper. Rakim.
Rakim,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rakim was the way he flipped metaphors and the way that his words were put together was different than anything I had heard. You know, I was a big fan of Big Daddy Kane, big fan of, you know, like people who were pushing the boundaries with wordplay, right? And so Rakim, to me, the way he settled in it, it just seemed so effortless. That was the first MC that I heard that was complex but effortless in his delivery. So I was really a fan. I was in awe of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Eric B. is president, first song you heard?
Absolutely, yeah.
Red, how about you?
My cousin Tane One from Artifacts.
Oh.
Wow.
And this is before he got on.
Okay.
Like before he was
Wow, that's
Artifacts, me and him used to be up at Mama Darlene house, just, you know, smoking and just rhyming while I cut, he rhymed. But he is like a main ingredient of who I am. Before I
did not know that.
Yo,
Artifacts?
The Tane One before Artifacts,
Yeah.
they were called That's Them, which that name is ridiculous. Then it became Artifacts when they got in the game. But the Tane One before Artifacts was extraordinary. Like,
that's crazy.
there was no one fucking with Tane. And then KRS-One and Slick Rick.
Right. Okay.
And then Ice Cube and NWA and EPMD. Those are the ingredients that made me as an artist.
Yeah.
Same.
That's dope.
I did not know that. I'm over here. I'm over here going through track. It goes like this and then it goes like that.
Yo.
Artifacts be kicking mad facts without no feedback.
Yes. Tane One. Yo, Tane One. What I got from Tane One was aggressiveness, witty punchlines, and starts, like starting your rhymes.
Yes.
Like, I still remember a rhyme, you know, rest in peace Tane One too, my cuz, but one of his raps was one of the main ingredients of who I am, and it started like, I expect the crowd like a show in the park, cause I light up the mic, make it glow in the dark. People wanna know why Tame is controversial, not rehearsal. I'm kicking ass in my commercials. To the dance floor is where I'ma send your something to get played with like Barbie and Ken dolls. Then I fuck your girl. Then I fuck your girl so much till her coochie stink. You're just a gold tooth. I am the Gucci link. Yo, bro, he said this in 85.
Wow.
Like 89, like 88 or 89, he had this rhyme way before he got on, bro. Damn. Way before he got on. And I don't even think he still ever said that rhyme. And if he didn't, I'm going to ask Mama D.
Yeah.
Mama D, I'm going to use that rap and send you the pub, all right?
Yeah.
But
That's crazy.
rest in peace, Tane One.
Yeah.
So y'all both coming off closing up albums. What's the first thing you do when you wrap an album? celebrate, disappear, start another one?
No, when I finish a record, I usually play it for a bunch of people, because I want to sit back and see the reaction. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I'll be into it when I know I'm around friends, but sometimes I'll be reserved and see what people really react to. But really, I just gear up because I know I'm comfortable in my skin.
That's right.
I just want to go out and tour. You know what I'm saying? I think I've never been a Billboard top 10, like fucking pop guy. My audience likes to see me live. So I've always pushed myself to have a great stage show. I don't want to, I think that's where my audience is at. You know what I'm saying? And if I just so happen to get some accolades somewhere, then that's so be it. But I like to bust ass on the stage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I like to kick a hole in that motherfucker.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's where I get excited about, because I've been doing shows for so long, and the catalog that I have, I can flip through it, but I gear my music towards doing a live stage show. So I know the next part of finishing a record is to get ready to present it in a way that the audience is gonna be like, fuck, that was better. And how can I make it better than the last time I was on? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
Like, that's the
Yeah.
same thing. Like, stage shows,
Yeah.
because I don't care about none of this. It's all about hitting the road. That's where the money at.
Yeah.
That's where
we
the
come
money
we
at.
come from the Dr. Dre School of Recording. You know what I'm saying? And so one of our big things is that you have to sound the way you sound on the records. You have to sound live.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about rapping over the vocals. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Little TV tracks here and there is fine. You know what I'm saying? But when they come see you live, you better give them something. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we've been able to sustain for as long as we have.
That's
You know what I'm
dope.
saying?
Yeah. Doc, what about you?
What I do as soon as the album is done. Like, I engineer myself, right? And I'm on a mix with my boy Josh Gennett and Troy Hightower. Like, I work closely with them on the mixing. So I'm really hands-on. Like, when I say everything far as hip-hop and this culture, I'm hands-on. There's nothing in this. I believe that if I'm in this culture, I got to learn how to work everything in my culture. Like, I know how to work that MP. I know how to work the piano. I know how to work the camera. So when I'm done with the album, bro, it's like a relief off my back, but I'm on to the next. I'm digging up songs I didn't use. I'm revamping them for the next joint. I'm like really on to the next album, bro, because it might be like funny to say like with my own shit, but like I'm over Muddy Waters Too, like a month ago. Like I'm over it. Like I barely listen to it. Like I listen to my favorite songs, which a lot of them is my favorite, but I'm over it. I'm really on to the next joint because I gotta top that one. I gotta kick that one in the ass. And that's how it works. Like even on New Year's, I'm never out partying. I always try to bring New Year's in working because, it's kind of ritual of mine. If you bring New Year's in working, you'll get a lot of work during the year. So I kind of carry that along with the album and everything I do. So I just stay working, bro.
Okay.
I just go right to work on the next joint.
I hear that.
I hear that. I don't party as much as I used to, and I don't, not even close. Yeah, I used to finish an album and, finish a Hennessy fifth, but not no more.
Yeah. So when's the first time you felt like you were a star?
I still don't feel like that.
Oh, wow.
I've never felt like a celebrity. I don't even carry myself that way. I believe that it's a privilege to be here. And, they always say never meet your heroes, and I never want that to be an experience that people have with me, right? I mean, I'm a human, I have bad days, but I never consider myself a celebrity. I'm very popular, but celebrity means that there is something different between you and I. And we both shit the same way. You know what I'm saying? We both put our pants on the same way. So I was blessed with a talent that I've been blessed to be able to put out to the world, and they've been receptive to it. But I don't feel like I'm a star. Even now to this day, I feel like I'm an MC. I feel like I'm a student of the game and still a student of the craft. because, you know, we're the first of our kind. Hip hop is only 50 years old.
Yep, yep.
So we are the pioneers that are now crossing the threshold that everybody else behind it is going to eventually cross.
We'll be the old school artists.
Yeah. But I don't even believe that, because they don't call Rolling Stones the old school Rolling Stones.
Not at all.
But I think we are artists in our own right, and I think we are the first of our kind. And like, I always feel like I can learn. When you stop learning, you stop living.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about putting records out at this stage, because there's a clarity that I have that I didn't have back then. And there was a lot of self-doubt, and there was a lot of, ooh, I don't know, and I wonder and I hope. Fuck all that. Nigga, this me, this what I'm saying. Fuck with it. All right, moving on. You know what I'm saying? I done been through the bullshit. Now I know I've been pulled the curtain back. I know what's behind the curtain. I know what's in front of the curtain. I know who's pulling the strings. I know who's fucking full of shit. I know who's just hating. You know what I'm saying? I know who love us. And we spend a lot of time focused on the people who don't fuck with us.
Right.
But I've learned to redirect, and now I fuck with the people who fuck with me, and I bypass the people who want to just hold up and waste my time. And that's just me, dude. I keep my circle small. I don't believe I'm bigger than I actually am. You know what I'm saying? And I think being humble is a better skin for me to be in.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love
humble
that.
pie, exactly.
Yeah. You have
Same
one
thing.
more? Yeah.
Same thing. I never looked at I always called myself a blue collared MC. Like me and my boy Meth, we for the people. You feel me? We for the culture, but we're really for ourself and the people that get our music. Because when you call yourself a star, that comes with a whole lot of different accolades and different fabrics of attention that I don't like a lot of attention. Like straight up, I don't like when a lot of people like, yo, Red, I'll be like, oh, nah, cut it out. Cut it out, stop. I'll step in my drawers one leg at a time like you do. So I really don't like a lot of attention. That's why I'm rarely out. That's why I wear the mask. I'm here all the time. Shit, yo, my hood, no, cause I'm still in my community, heavy in my community. This is my look. I race. I'm on the highway racing. I'm busting ass. I'm a hazard light king. I don't play none of that. My crew knows. So I'm here with it all the time, but it keeps me humble. I eat my humble pie because if I'm out and about, I want to share the experience by letting people feel the light. And X can agree, when we taking pictures with people and we're showing them that gratitude and we're showing them that appreciation, I always get, yo, you're so nice.
Yeah,
and
same.
Then when I met that other, and sometimes I have to cover for other artists. I'd be like, yo, maybe they were just having a bad day.
Right.
Don't judge them.
Right.
They be like, you so nice, thank you. So it's my duty to walk in the purpose of serving the people, because I'm a child of God, first of all, and I'm a servant of God, and my job is to serve my people with the light I'm walking in, and also be vulnerable and be humble and accountable, so they feel it more than I say it. I don't walk around saying I'm this, I'm Redman. They feel it like, yo, wow, this guy here is something special. So it's more, it's a feeling of letting people feel, if you will, that, wow, he's just like me.
That's super dope.
Yeah, I'll be a star when I'm dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned peeling the layers back, peeling the curtain back, right? So if you could go back in time and tell your younger self, give your younger self some advice about the industry, what would you tell you?
Oh, thank God you said about the industry. I was about to run through a whole list of shit. Woo! Things about the industry. Don't doubt yourself.
Facts.
Everybody's trying.
Facts.
Nobody has the key. Nobody has the answers. Be focused on the culture and the crafts and not the bells and whistles. There's a lot of hanger-oners, people who don't have any purpose in being around you and what your creative direction is. And we get sold this image, as MCs before we get in the game, that you have to have these certain things in place in order to be successful. Don't pay attention to none of that. You don't need it. You know what I'm saying? You go into the game, you create what you create, and you put it on the table and be proud of that. And if that's what you do, you love it for that, whether it's $1 or $1 million or $10 million available. I would do this for free. You know what I'm saying? And that's where you have to stay.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah.
How about you?
The Jews that I would drop for the industry. First of all, is you practice your craft. Try to better yourself every day in your craft, whatever you're trying to do in this music industry. Whether you want to be a manager, an artist, a dancer, like be on 10 with your craft. Make sure that you're the best. You have something to bring to the table always. Feel me? Especially as an artist, like learn how to work different things in the studio. Learn to start cutting the middleman out, but also providing jobs for people who work hard as you and know more than you. Always surround yourself with people that know more than you, that work just as hard as you. Leeches are not allowed at all. Most of all, I would say to young artists too, heal yourself, because once you heal yourself, you can start, you'll have a better discernment of who's around you and what you're doing and how your business is running. Feel me? Like, for example, like I didn't start healing myself until the last like maybe 10 years of my life. But one thing I can say before that, while me and Meth and my bro Xzibit, we're still relevant because we have a respect of people, like we said earlier. And that comes with respecting people's time, being on time, doing the job over what they asked for, leaving them with a expectation like, wow, this guy right here, we loved working with him. Because at the end of the day, no one wants to work with an asshole. I don't care how much money you make, how many streams you got, no one wants to work with an asshole. And I hear a lot of artists, they be assholes towards a lot of these brands and companies and, you know, even promoters. And they be like, you know what, hey, we don't got to work with them. Let's go get Xzibit. Let's go get Redman. At least they bring in the crowd. They got a cult following, and they're going to give us a show, and they're going to give us what we want. We're going to break our bread and go back to what we're doing. So I can say that for all artists to learn from right now as far as the industry. Heal yourself. Be respectful of people's time and people, and practice your craft.
Yep.
And always surround yourself with people who know more than you, that wants to work, that want to see a bigger picture for you, as well as you helping them with their picture. Talk to your crew. Find out where they want to go in life, so they not just feel they just working for you and they're not getting nothing out of it. Make it a circumference of growth, so y'all all see a bigger picture at the end of the day.
Jules,
hell
yeah.
Cosmo.
All right, y'all ready to listen to some music?
Fuck yeah! Can't wait to hear this.
Oh, shit.
I can't wait to hear this.
Oh, man.
shit.
For those at home, we asked X and Red for 5 songs, and we put them in 5 different categories. So it's for the headphones, for the club, you know, for the ride, so you're driving around. You got your party starters. You got your crew cuts, which is featuring guests. And last is giving game, which we already heard a lot of game, but y'all still giving a lot of game in the music.
All right,
so
boy, here we go.
we're going to kick it up with the headphones. One quick question about that, though. What's a bar or a verse from another rapper that blew your mind?
Oh, man.
The first time I heard Fight the Power, Public Enemy. I was always a Public Enemy fan, but when I heard Fear of a Black Planet, Fight the Power specifically, I had never heard a production like that first, and I never heard a song that hit me in my core that I understood immediately. Like I didn't have to be there, and I was so young, but I felt the energy of that record. And I just couldn't stop listening to it. It's like, you know, you have theme music in your head. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would put on my little Sony Walkman. I'd be walking through the hallway at school, like, that was my theme music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how connected hip hop is to my DNA. You know what I'm saying? So that was it. You know what I'm saying? And so I hands down Fight the Power. Yeah.
Redman.
I got so many, bro. Like I said, I was a DJ, bro. So I had to. But the Criminal Minded record album by KRS-One, and I'm to this day, America's Most by Ice Cube and Niggas for Life by NWA. Those two albums there changed my whole circumference of the way I build my album. The skits. No one was doing skits on the East Coast besides West Coast. Let's be very clear. Be very clear. West Coast was doing skits. If you hear What the Album, my first album is NWA influence and Ice Cube influence. Hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down. So yeah, those two albums right there.
Okay. All right. Cool. So for the headphones, this is about the lyrics, the bars. So Red, you chose Booyaka. What should we be listening for, and what was your thought process in making that song, Booyaka Shot?
Well, all three verses is dope to me. I don't know. I was just witty on it. The beat was hard. It's just the verbal content, bro. It's just the verbal content of it, the flow of it, the
acrobatics.
I'm flipping on it.
Yeah.
I'm flipping on it. And most of all, I'm a little vulnerable on it. Like I walk in high, my eyes all red, like I went around with Juan Manuel Marquez.
Right.
These chicken heads would beat me, be on meds, and I'm hungover too. I woke up with a bald head. You feel me? So I was actually explaining at a time, because I shot the video and I directed the video myself.
Okay.
So I was actually explaining at a time, being witty, of the income, the healing, and the outcome, because we all got an income of what we need to heal from, and then if we decide we want to make a change in our life, we do the healing, and then the outcome of it all. So at that time when I was talking, I was getting fucked up. I was with women. I was, waking up with different chicks every other night, and it was just showing my transparency.
Got
of
you.
it.
Okay.
Feel me?
Okay. So Booyaka Shot, Redman, Muddy Waters Too.
Let's go. Cosmo. Yo, I walk in high, my eyes all red, like I went around with Juan Manuel Marquez.
Yeah.
These chicken heads with me be on meds, and I'm hungover too. I woke up with a bald head. My mama said, Red, boy, you a smoke addict. I replied, mama, better than a dope addict. Rap, I'm dope at it. The first smile like rabbit, you're gonna choke at it the way I vocab it. Split the L up, grab a bitch too. Drive around the gang area like shit's cool. Brag about your million views on the YouTube and tell her that nigga next to Jay-Z is you. Cause I don't care who in the gym trying to swell up. I go post throughout a UPS mail truck. Ring the bell, I'm like both of the Durrells, and my boy Nas can tell that I'm bad like the L. Hey, yo, Booyaka Shot. My whole neighborhood like Booyaka Shot. And when I'm in the jam, I Booyaka Shot. Cause boy with the pen, I go Booyaka. Hey yo, Booyaka Shot. My whole neighborhood like Booyaka Shot. And when I'm in the jam, I Booyaka Shot. Cause boy with the pen, I go Booyaka. Yo, I rolled the blunt with fresh D's and cocaine, with acid, PCP, hash, and propane. Now I'm a live wire trying to revive the dime to do a last episode of Soul Train. I got LeBron James game, LAX. With a pen, I'm untouchable, Elliot Ness. How heavy it gets? Well, if I go broke, I'll put on a mask without the Jim Carrey effects. That's why I walk like it's a lot of hair on my chest, and rappers give me room like a Marriott guest. Then I bully the bullies around the playground, helping the kids, bringing the suicide rate down. The wordplay was dangerous on there. The wordplay was dangerous.
Wow.
Actually, you got thoughts?
Yo, man, I just think it's so dope because I spent so much time with Redman, the artist, in my headphones. And to be sitting here and talking with him and hearing his perspective on the way he's creating is, I mean, this is like, I don't know, man. You know, when you outside and you think of the days of like, oh man, I want to be a rapper, you don't think of these moments. Yeah. So this is like wow for me because I still love hop, and to be able to hear how passionate he is still, it's like it's comforting. Yeah, that you know what I'm saying. Like we like fucking came from kung fu, walking the earth. You know what I'm saying? Like we like fucking samurais. Like we still using swords and shit. Like people who know how to read books and write with pencils and shit. Like as weird as that sounds. Like this is like you could tell when somebody really cares about their art.
Care about the craft.
And I hear it, I hear it. Yeah.
So you said rap, I'm dope at it. The first mile like rabbit, you're gonna choke at it. You know, so 8 Mile. Yeah. Eminem, I know he's talked about you being his favorite rapper, but what's the highest compliment you've gotten from a peer?
Yeah, shout out to my boy Theory Has It too that produced the track. I co-produced it with him too as well. Like yo, I'm not gonna lie, Eminem. Like, first of all, a lot of West Coast dudes hit me on the album more than the East, more than the East Coast. I don't know if it was the tension I brought on the East, but yo, a lot of West Coast dudes hit me about the album, and I'm not gonna lie, Xzibit and Eminem, Eminem, me and him was texting for 3 hours one day. While I was in the gym, while I went to this appointment, he was actually listening to the album, texting me in between each song, after each song. For 3 hours straight. 3 hours straight. Like, that's my young bro. Like, you already know you my young bro, but yo, it was amazing because he was like, yo, you said this? Oh, I quit. But he gave me so much energy, and then when me and X text, and he was just letting me know, like, yo, bro, that's what I'm talking about. In other words, you sticking to your sound, bro. And I'll be trying. In other words, he's been trying to tell some of these cats he work with or know, like, yo, stick to your sound. That is what wins. So he gave me a confirmation on I was doing my job. And honestly, that's the only thing I needed. Because he top tier. Eminem is top tier. If I don't hear from nobody else, really, I'm fine with it. You feel me? So, like, these two, like M and X, they really gave it to me, bro.
Red, you don't need nobody's approval.
Exactly. Exactly. And I didn't call them for my approval. They hit me like, yo, bro. And I seen X post like, yo, this album, and I was like, okay, this is a dope-ass MC right here.
It takes no seconds to support something that's real, something that sparks you. You know, it takes nothing.
That's so dope. So you're up next with History.
Shit.
What you want to tell us about that record?
Woo. What is it called first?
History.
History, okay.
Like this.
Yeah.
Say no more.
Yeah, man. I think with History, it's just it's kind of like paying homage to the soil that I come from, but letting people know that, you know, this is by no means over with. And, you know, we here. We made history. We still making history. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, History of Kingmaker.
Let's get into it.
I could write a book of how these niggas hating. Wasn't easy, but I did this shit the right way. Me and Shady rolling chronic off 8 Mile. Contemplating how to fuck shit up doggy style. Get rich or die trying, all eyes on the prize. Ghetto lullabies, gangsters pimping butterflies. Reinventing my game, now we filming documentaries. Hope you appreciate what I gave, nigga, we making history. Hello, goodbye. Hello, goodbye. Hello. One shot, one try, niggas, the numbers don't lie. You ain't never walked with the apes, I don't recommend it. It's for the hip-hop heavyweights, big pun intended. Went to the school of hard knocks and got perfect attendance. Please don't talk money with me, bitch, I'm long-winded. My humble don't let the culture unattended. A lot of niggas buying stream shit was bad for business. I'm from the place where blue streams mean keep your distance. You're all balanced, got the talent, but you lack conviction. Listen. We We all stars in these all-stars, she greedy. She don't wanna share me, she a ball hog. Up in the raw dog, she damn near blew my rod off. Proceeded to fuck me like she tried to piss God off. Such an addiction, my life is non-fiction. Niggas are nil but won't stand for shit, they walk in contradictions. Yeah, pass the baton, no abort mission. Was for my disciples in Babylon, still forklifting.
That record's so hard. Oh,
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Okay, we long-winded. So y'all understand, okay? We long-winded.
Yo, so your first time hearing it, Red?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
What's your immediate thoughts?
My immediate thought is, first off, I like I said, I look at, because I work everything in the studio, I'm all angles with it on when I listen to things. First, the quality is banging. Like, our quality is like the same.
Yeah.
The beats he choose is ridiculous.
Yeah.
He choose beats that's in your face, that's gonna catch you like this. No time to try to get into it.
Yeah.
None of that. The bar is always there. First of all, I'm a fan of X music, not because of his voice.
Yeah.
His voice is graspy. His voice never changes. It stays on point. Far as levels of when to go up and down. Like 90s artists got that kind of flavor where we could go up instead of just rapping down. So I hear that the bars are there. All right, the long-winded, y'all heard that. Listen, I can't wait to get it and dissect it myself in my ears so I can listen to more of the bars, but it's quality control, it's purpose, and it's talking about something. Because we can't talk about the shit we used to do when we was in the 90s. We gotta man up, because at the end of the day, our audience are now doctors and policemen and with families and babies and working 9 to 5s. So they want to still be cool, but be cool with a purpose.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So fire. Fire.
Thank
Hands
you,
down
man.
fire.
Thank you.
Fire. Fire. Who produced?
Who did that one? Focus brought that in. Yeah.
It sounded like Focus.
Yeah.
No, you said reinvented my game, now we making documentaries. How did you reinvent your game?
It's really the front of the rhyme is just kind of paying homage to everybody in the camp. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't easy, but I did the shit the right way, easy right. You know, easy E. And then filming documentaries by game. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. That's what I got from it.
Right. Pimping Butterflies. Like it just kind of like stating the facts. Like, listen, this is the lineage that we created, and this is the history that's been laid out in front of you. I've been a part of this. So now being able to put this new record out, like just a wordplay of it, you know what I'm saying? And now getting into, you know, why the reason I'm here.
Yeah.
You know?
Dope,
So the next category is something for the ride. I listened to both these albums on 20 in my car. It's too loud for my son, but he'll understand one day.
Yeah,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, so what's one of your favorite songs to ride to? You know, hip hop, whatever else, anything. By somebody else.
Ooh. Come on, Reg. Like, come on.
A ride to, listening to, like, you'll be disappointed. I don't really listen to.
Oh, you don't listen?
I listen to Dateline. You know what I'm saying? Like I listen to like fucking podcasts. No, but if I'm playing something, then usually I use that time to like flip through beats. You know what I'm saying? And like really, because you'll feel something different than driving than you would sitting in front of a speaker. So I use it as a time to kind of like do some research and figure out, oh shit, this feels good here. So now if I feel something like that, I could take it in the studio and then I have a direction. You know? Yeah.
Fact. Same thing. Like, what the album, There's a Dark Side, Muddy Waters was mostly written in the car. And that, we didn't have a phone back then, so I was actually driving, writing my notes in the pad, driving.
That's
All in the
dangerous.
store. I know, horrible. But those 3 albums was mostly written in the car. But because I'm so musically well-rounded, like I use a lot of time writing, but then again, I'm listening to Lenny Kravitz. Then I'm listening to Jamiroquai. I'm listening. I rarely listen to hip hop in my car.
Okay.
Like facts.
Same,
Rarely,
same
I
shit.
rarely listen to hip hop in my car.
What Lenny album?
You know what?
5.
5. But then again, he got so many other. I just put them all in my little playlist of different songs or whatever. But yeah, maybe even I might even go to Internet Girl. Like, like the Internet, like girl. Like I listen to. It depends on the mood where I'm at. Because being a DJ, like I said, I know, especially if I'm riding with people, I know how to throw on the right song in the car to get people in a certain mood. Not always trying to play the new hottest shit.
No, I don't do that.
Yeah, I don't do none of that.
Deftones, you know what I'm saying? I listen to rock shit, you know,
Okay.
I go there,
So I think it was Dre who said that he has to listen to his music in the car to know when it's ready. So how do you guys know when a record is done?
Hey, you know what? I can agree with Dre. Look, I text Dre, like we text each other maybe right before the album came out. Like my first time ever texting Dre and really like even talking to him, like it was like maybe in December. And I told him, I said, yo, we use you as a reference, bro. Like when we get finished mixing something, we go listen to it in the car and we'll be like, yo, would Dre approve of this? Like facts. So I can agree, like I listen to it in the car, but this album, I listen to it in my phone because we're in the phone world now. And a lot of people listen through the music through their phone. So if I can hear my bass line, my kick through the phone, the snare is always gonna pop because it's a high energy feel. The hi-hat is gonna always pop because the new generation is on a hi-hat fast. So if I can hear my bass line and kick and my vocals separately in a phone, then I know I got a good mix.
Yeah, I do 3 tiers. First of all, I play it on the smalls, and then I play it in the big monitors. I crank it. If I could crank it all the way and it don't distort, that's good on the studio sound. But then I go like and play it in a boombox, and then I got this little shitty speaker that's all fucked up and busted, and then I play it through there. You know what I'm saying? Just to hear
all different. Like,
exactly. And if I could hear clearly through those things, because I don't touch the boards. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't do that. But I know what I'm listening for. I know what I know what I want to hear. And I put out albums with bad mixes on them before, so I was like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Never again. So you learn from your mistakes, and so now I do that process so that I honestly going forward can be like, that I know that this sounds right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay, so you're up next with a record called Higher.
Oh, yeah.
And I know you got a special guest on that. What you want to say about that record?
Okay, so listen, Higher, I was like, I'm going to make a weed anthem, right? And so, you know, being a big cannabis guy, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I need to work with Redman. And I reached out to him and I was like, I got you on a song. I want to get you on a song. And he's like, yo, okay, cool, send me the beat. And then it was like he laid it, and then he switched the beat. You remember you switched the beat?
Right, I rapped on the wrong part. Yeah. I just rapped what Focus gave me. He didn't give me no direction. Like rap on this part, and so I just rapped on the wrong part.
No, but it was dope because when we got it back, and then it was it was exactly what I wanted to hear and exactly the direction. He kicked off the record like a fucking monster, and then I was like, yo, let me go get Be Real. So it's me, Redman, and Be Real on a song called Higher, and it's fucking all about fucking weed, and I'm really, really happy with this song.
All right, so here we go, Higher, off Kingmaker.
Let's go, Doc. Let's go. Yo, I got that bud for sale, bro. That'll get you. When I'm in a road rage, my middle finger. Look at here, a God built my faith a little. Crush wax in a blunt, bro. That'll get you. I'm a general, man. I don't share the blunt. Coke addicts hit a track, turn it up in bulk. Sour diesel, I don't do the runs. You steal my lighter, then I'm on you like da-dun-dun-dun-dun. You need a couple of pounds, then homie, call me. High grade and big bread when the dogs eat. Me and my boys move like wolves of Wall Street. I get a little crazy on my Nas Barkley. I got the plug for the fire, girl, come get a little. I just smoked a grenade, Xzibit, yeah, I'm good. For them haters talking about me, my middle finger. Connoisseurs of the cannabis, nobody getting.
High as a motherfucker, high as a bitch. 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 Whoa! Cut down the 4,000 lighter with seed junkie genetics, bitch, everything fire. Token, I'm tone looking, smoking funky gold Medina. Alien labs, hit the dab, take me to your leader. Whether AB or CBX, it don't matter. I'm a kingpin, pull my stizzy and shit scatter. Call the Dr. Green Thumbs, we gon' need a bigger place. Get them homegrown zones out of nigga face. OG Nation, I'm connected like Bluetooth. You smoking on booth, this is not what you used to. You fuck with bald head bitches, it's bigger than Bruce. You think you man the material? Niggas can't shoot through. You niggas is not Snoop, just another man in a blue suit. Get dumped out dead in a phone booth. These concentrates are rattle a tooth loose. Let's get to the greenhouse and break down 15 pounds and get higher.
Got the plug for the fire, girl, come get a little.
Higher.
I just smoked the grenade exhibit, yeah, I'm feeling.
Higher.
For them haters talking about me, my middle finger.
Higher.
Connoisseurs of the cannabis, nobody getting.
High as a motherfucker, high as a bitch. High as a motherfucker, high as a bitch. High as a motherfucker, high as a bitch. High as a motherfucker, high as a bitch.
It's a shout out to assholes, we smash those. Flicking ashes on busters from hash holes. Ain't no stopping the cash flow, your ass knows. Green thumb taking your lungs and we collapse those. I got that email heated if you need it. On the stun to flip it, then you gotta hit it and repeat it. Not to be conceited or level, you can't achieve it. All the haters can eat a dick, enjoy it while you eat it.
Yeah.
And while you at it, just take note.
We are the highest.
Make an altar and give thanks to the
We messiahs.
Mother Mary will provide us with the itis. I'm a fire breathing dragon blowing smoke right out my sinus. Smoking joints and dab rigs, no matter what the size is. Now it's time to make a choice and don't you worry about the prices. When you hitting that
let's
OG
go,
on the
let's go,
glass
be
tip,
real.
you feeling like Redman jumping in the crowd doing a backflip.
That's it too, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yo.
Yeah.
Okay, you want my comment?
Yeah.
All right, first of all, shock value.
Yeah.
It comes right on.
Yeah.
We don't need a, comes right on.
Yeah.
And you can agree with me too, like when you participate on someone else's record, you want to always make sure they treat your vocals right. right?
Yeah.
You hate getting the song back and your vocals are lower than everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very pleased at my vocals. Very pleased at the song.
Yeah.
I like the way you brought back the bridge again before the hook.
Yes.
Yo, I wasn't expecting that. It gave me shock value.
Yeah.
great.
I'm
So that's your
very
first
happy to
time
be a
hearing
part
it.
of it. Yeah,
That's
first
crazy.
time hearing it.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Since I did the record.
Yeah.
I did not expect for you to bring back that bridge before the hook.
Absolutely.
That was
Wow.
smart.
Absolutely.
Be Real
Yeah.
killed it. X
Yeah.
killed it.
Yes.
Bruce is going.
Yeah. Hey, you gonna be mad as a motherfucker?
Bruce
I
coming.
love you, my nigga. I love you, man.
Bruce coming for
I
you.
love you. Yeah.
But yo, the record is lit. The record is lit. Whenever you're ready to shoot, I'm
Come on,
here.
let's go. Let's go. Oh,
I'm
that's
here.
awesome.
That video.
I'm
Yeah.
here.
Think about that video.
We got to do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you got us higher, Red. You serving up some Kush?
I'm sorry.
You serving up some Kush?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a ride record, right?
Kush. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kush.
Yeah.
Muddy
He's
Waters
like,
Too.
yo,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Higher and Kush. Why wouldn't it be? Right.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
With Snoop Dogg, produced by Rockwaller. Shout out to my young
Yo,
bro,
Rockwaller in the building,
Yeah,
man.
shout out to
Yo.
Rockwaller.
Yo.
Yeah, Kush. I sent it to Snoop and like Snoop barred up on it.
Yeah.
Snoop barred up on it. It was a dope record. And I had the record for like maybe 2 years, 3 years. So it was just sitting. And sometimes we have records that or ideas that we been had a while ago, but it stood the test of time. That's how you know you got a dope song.
Yeah.
So this one was one of those. Like, shout out to Snoop, shout out to Rockwaller.
Yeah.
Dope.
Boss dog.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, if you're live in the hood right now, you should be tuned in to the hottest, to the jam. If you ready to smoke, yo, hey yo, Flavor Flav know what time it is. I got chicks on my lap like me and the biz. Redman is back, nigga. Turn a coke sniffer to a marijuana hitter. Yeah, I'm that nigga. The dude that'll smash your wife like Guy Fisher. Doc Rivers, when I'm done, I'm a clipper. Polo shirt, Levi's, and blue dream. Get your main bitch right out of blue jeans, nah I mean? 90s era, we more better. I grab the mic, make it feel like Coachella. To learn my talk, get stoned with Rosetta. I show you how to be gorilla. 24s on the beat, smoke Cali bomb, so nigga, what's up? I'm doing my numbers, baby, check my check stub. Gunfire around my waist, sound like Questlove on the drum. Them backwoods fucking up my lungs. You think it crew loud until you get with some jurors type niggas and we go all out. I don't speak of no English, what you talking about? And take this with you on the way down, blat out. Ho, somebody tell me, do you feel Kush? When you pull up on my ride, do you smell Kush? Every day I live my life, I feel like Kush. Every day I live my life, I feel like Kush. Ho, somebody tell me, do you feel Kush? When you pull up on my ride, do you smell Kush? Every day I live my life, I feel like Kush. Every day I live my life, I feel like Kush. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're live in the hood right now, you should be tuned in to the hottest, to the jam. If you ready to smoke.
Look at my ring shine. Superhero Kush. My name is on the banner. Don't beat around the bush. I like them pillows fatter. This heartbreak weed, I got that bitter batter. Flatline, I got more flavors than that kind. OG, grow a salad and stack mine. Roll it and hell it, I'm back flying over you vultures. Smoke for the life of that time, for the culture. Coaster, own it like a poster. Smoke till I'm bent over, take a power nap. Now I'm rolling up a whole quarter pound. So much weed in the air that they gotta shut it down. Shut it down. Me and Red ping pong into the head. Let me hit it. Niggas begging lights out, leave them dead. Fainted on the floor. I got that green light, now everybody wanna go. Take off, wake and bake off. Take the day off and smoke one for my nigga Adolf. Press well, niggas on my coattail. I just want a Nobel. Peace prize when the dog arrive. I see you bitches looking, waiting to get it. Ain't nothing wrong with niggas waiting a minute. Give me space and time, cause my place of mine is every time I hit it, I can taste the pine. Shut it down.
Yeah.
Wow. Come on, man.
Yo. G-Funk, man, if I had to choose, like G-Funk is, so X made a weed anthem. Is that a G-Funk anthem for you? Is that what you set out to do?
It was strictly West Coast influence. I thought about Dre, I thought about Snoop, Razzcast, Xzibit, everybody on the West Coast. Strictly with this record. That's why we came on the way we did. Like me and Rockwalla are beasts when we create. Like we literally on this album, like shout out to my young bro Rockwalla. Like when I tell you like we spend over 4 hours a day just sitting on FaceTime with the phone sit while we working on, he lives in Atlanta, I'm in New York. He's on his computer, I'm on my computer, we just chopping away, getting sounds, of being creative. So when he came up with this beat, it was just like, yo, all right, we're not worried about doing a East Coast anthem far as cannabis. We already got La 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 with me and Meth. But we wanted to dedicate something towards the West. And this was strictly West Coast influence. And I love it.
Yeah.
Cause like hands down, a West Coast dude hear this, he gotta be like, yo, that shit funky. That joint is dope.
This was an instant ad for me. We got a Spotify list. I was telling X this. We don't put anything on there except stuff we fuck with. Like, period. Like there is no you cannot buy it. There's no way to get on.
Right.
And that was like an instant ad for me. That joint was so crazy.
Good,
you know?
good shit.
But it's done. But you know, but that was like,
Absolutely. Cosmo.
So they say if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together. So the next category is crew cuts, where y'all show some love to some guests.
Okay, cool.
You know, so both of y'all got some spitters on the album. You kick it into an extra gear when you got somebody else on your record?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, nobody want to get 8 on the record. Nobody want that is like the conversation, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially amongst the creatives, you know what I'm saying? And the fans, like people that I'm pretty sure the conversations in the comment sections when you have on Ambrosia For Heads, you know, they talking about how somebody pen game is and who got it, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a real thing. But I mean, it's you go in, it's a friendly competition. You know what I'm saying? But when you are able to shine and vibrate at the same frequency together and everybody is shining, I mean, that's the best case scenario. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Either one of y'all ever change a verse?
No.
After hearing somebody else's
I
verse?
never changed my
Never?
verse. No,
Not one time.
I just leave it as it is.
Yeah. You ever feel like somebody did eat you up on your own track?
Yo, fuck yeah.
man.
On my record, I'm very vulnerable. Like, for example, shout out to my young brother, Sheik Luch. Sheik Luch gave the business on me and his record. Like, first of all, my bars, I had them like, the bars I spit on Dynamite, them bars were like 5, 6 years old. And then I put Sheik Luch on them. And Sheik Luch came in being a gorilla. and I could have changed it because I did the song, I wrote the record like 5 years ago and did it and put him on it. But I was like, nah, that's my young bro, let him shine. Now, the Crew record, Light It Up, with all the Jersey artists. The girls gave the men the business on that record. And I tell all my dudes on that record that I was like, yo, we didn't show out. But I'm happy because our queens were able to shine on that record, bro.
That joint is like a Jersey all-star record. Like, how hard was that to put together?
It wasn't hard at all. It was just really waiting on the queen when she got time from her busy schedule from the Equalizer show and everything. Of course, Queen gonna pull up. Like, that's one thing about Jersey. You know, we're definitely different from a lot of states, like far as the artists. We are really community-based and hands-on. Like, we're nothing but a phone call away. Like, literally, because Jersey is not that big, but our circle of artists that we connect with is large but small in a way of saying the communication gap is very tight. We don't leave no big circle where a person can't find where a person at, what a person doing. If you really need them, it's like the Batman single. Yo, Red throwing up the Batman single. We got to go in. Tretch throwing up the Batman signal. Latifah throwing up the Batman signal. You already know we pulling up. So it's that kind of flavor.
Dope.
Okay.
Dope.
So Light It Up.
Oh, that's what we doing?
Yeah, that's what we doing.
Shout out to the queens on this record. Y'all destroyed the men on there. But the men got busy. Yo, first of all, my favorite line on Light It Up is Shaquille O'Neal line. I'll let y'all hear it.
You want to tell us who's on it, though?
All right, me, Rod Digga, Shaquille O'Neal, Lost in the Underground, Naughty by Nature as a group. They haven't been, you know. Nikki D, Lady Luck, Queen Latifah, half of Artifacts, Ellis Sensei, half of Channel Live, Hakeem Green.
That's crazy.
And I want to make sure. And Heather B, my sister
Wow,
Heather B.
you got her to get on the mic?
Yeah.
What?
Oh my God!
Let's go to it.
Yo, what the fuck? It's crazy.
The record is like 5 minutes long. I don't think we're going to be able to hear everybody.
Man, play that motherfucker, man.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
The year is 2025. In Jersey, we in a fucking building.
Go Jersey.
Whoa.
Go Jersey.
Let's go.
Go Jersey.
Hey.
Go Jersey.
Yo. I told my mom when I was 16, I was gonna get rich off of 16s. I never sold a brick, but the bricks on my back. So believe I let it go to the clip clean. The hustle was the flow, ass skinny black. And my recipe to cook, can't Syriac. I'm from New Jersey, and when I drop music, your hood feeling like it's the first and the third.
My 2 shooters come through with 2 Rugers. Leave them in a stupor while I smoke some dude hookah. In my see-through dress with a fupa. Somewhere in Aruba, spend money like a moosa. In and out on their ass, think I'm the super. Get in my 80s bag, calling them poopa. About to wash these, get the loofah. Here and now, give me the reason, I'm Luther.
Light it up, hey. Light it up, light it up, light it up, hey. Light it up, 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 light it up.
Yo, proceed with caution, cause you might get pushed. I'll be smoking on your pack like that OG Kush. See me separate, causing people to debate. Never seen so much hating on this gun, stay great. True fighter with a few snipers. Bars so hard, you think I'm using Ghost Riders. Told you before, get off my motherfucker, signing off Uncle Bill Rock, Ill Pal Sluggers.
Lock that shit, cop it, kite it, drop that split, pick it up, bite it, pop to the hip hop pass, ignite it, and ain't these dungeons, gunja, keep a street fleet.
call
Let's
address
go, let's
issue.
go, Trust,
What's in
let's
your
go.
ass? If the shoe fits you, this my dogs, I ditch you. Stinking you, can I kick it? Jersey Jiu-Jitsu.
Light it up, hey, light it up, light it up, light it up, hey, light it up, 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 light it up.
Big Shaq, pull up in the most.
Oh!
Turn 1 billion in the dose.
Oh!
East West, title to the coast.
Oh!
Haunted house, spiders and the ghosts. Keep a player, continental. Brick City, monumental. Tiger blood, they know we winning. In Miami, like Tony and the linen.
Standing on my tenant, it's 40 below 10s. Baby, keep the shit the bricks so you know I'm not one of them.
Come on, Rob.
You starting 5 like Dodgers did in the 5. I let you breathe in the 4th and the 5th. Goodbye. I'm from 89 with niggas that's your size. And still you're riding. Give you head while you high. Get your shovel, but come on.
That's Lady Luck right there.
No, that's Nikki G.
Oh!
Light it up, hey,
Nikki G, what up, nigga?
light it up, 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 light it up.
Light it up, orange tip, haha, zaza. Find me
North
in the
Side
bricks by my side. It's
wow.
One wave of the wall, it's magic.
Yeah.
Voila. Screams in my hood sometimes I'm like an opera. All flames, no agua. Do it all 10 toes down. Check the posture of a monster that's behind ya. I live where I'm from, no playing in me.
Fresh off the plane from abroad, almost forgot my name, they kept calling me Lord. They want to send us to the hall. The legacy is secure, there's plaques on the wall, and there's cash in the vault, and your auntie's in the passenger seat of a car. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm about to hit Doc, tell him meet me down a hill with that certified solar dust, 35 mil.
Hey.
Light it up, hey, light it up, light it up, light it up, hey, light it up, light it up, light it up, light it up, light it up,
I'm running like the inferno. When lucky be spitting you hot, I what the Bible is predicting for the ending way I burn hoes. Old school,
Lady
new
Luck.
school, even learn no. Hot forever like a thermal cup. Yo, Doc. What up? Ambulances and fire trucks. Medic gon' pick them up if they ever wanna test luck. Lost the lady I trust, anxiety building up. Get a rush if I gotta.
You know how queen do. No words might be you. No time for the Z goes. Sleepy goes. Little boy like the hero. Started with the air hose. Stupid as stupid does. Weirdo. You don't shout with it, bully with the ammo. Move your body, not no more. Damn, let me calm down. What a dance floor. Let me go.
light it up, light it up, light it up, light it up, hey, light it up, 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 light it up.
Jersey bricks, words fit, clip a lift off.
Earl
Sick Benador, Benador, We endorsed, reinforced every element. Bomb your residence with the Goon Squad president. Spray cans, magnums, stolen black books. Crossing out toys and destroy any whack crook. Rap fame, me and Tame was a tandem. Artifact fandom, raw up the anthem.
H to the B, C, D, and E. F with me, the G and me. God body in his image and his likeness. Your highness with bars and the lightness.
Hey!
The lights and the camera, bruh. Don't blame me, I go to Kamala, bruh. Miss me when he say and she say. Billy talk only, just give me my money.
What's that in the ether? Hot with the reefer. Is some flavor Shaquille and Latif. Channel live in your speaker. I came through with the teacher. Got more knowledge than Mona Lisa. Here's smelly aroma. Put you in a coma. Give you the good times. Stomach and Walona. It's the H to the AK with pounds of the AK. We'll be the next body like Gheddo.
Light it up, Brick City. Light it up, hey, light it up, light it up, light it up, hey, light it up, 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 light it up.
Wow.
That it was necessary.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, Jersey in the building.
Yo,
And Sugar Hill.
Yeah.
The beat was Jersey.
Yeah.
Man, the beat never got like you never got like tired of hearing it. You know what I'm saying? It moved. Everybody rolled the fuck out of that motherfucker. That's
8 bars.
crazy.
Kept it 8 bars.
Yeah.
Okay.
My best line. Look. First of all, Shaquille O'Neal got gold records.
Yeah.
Let's be very clear.
With Biggie.
With Biggie, he got gold albums.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
His
He got a platinum one.
Yeah, he got a platinum one too.
Yeah.
Rod Digga with the see-through with the fupa. But Shaquille line with me to this like he had one of the top lines to me. Like everybody got busy, but when he said, title to the coast, haunted house, spiders and the ghost.
Yeah.
One of my boys was like, that's simple. Like Haunted house spider? I said, no.
Nah, there you go.
That's big boy talk.
There you go.
He said his house is haunted from all the spider whips and spider ghosts. He said, oh, shit.
You're thinking of a real spider.
Yeah. He like, spiders in the
You're thinking small, bitch.
Yeah, you're thinking small. I said, I had to stop him. I said, this is big boy talk, so let me explain. Let me explain what he was talking about. You wouldn't know being in the Hyundai. You got it. You got it. But shout out to all the Jersey artists that pulled up. That was like one of my last records I did too. I didn't think I was gonna get it because I told Queen, I said, yo, Queen, if you're not on it, I'm not releasing it. I'm gonna hold it. And she said, all right, Doc, I'm gonna go. And she said she went to Dr. Dre's studio there in Cali and got it done.
Man.
So shout out to all the artists on there.
Yo, that was so dope, man.
Yeah, man.
Hearing your heroes, man, like still collaborating.
Still going too, right? Still doing it.
Right.
So X, you chose American Idol, which is definitely one of my favorite joints in this whole album. I'm really glad you chose it.
Yeah, thank you.
It features Symba. You got a bunch of guests on this. Why did you choose that record for this one?
I wanted to showcase people that, first of all, I feel like create the same way and have the same taste that I have, and display it in a skillful way. I think Symba is one of our hidden gems coming out of the West Coast.
Facts.
From the Bay Area, but you wouldn't know that because he is competing on a high level when it comes to lyricism. And so I really appreciate what he did. I asked him to do a song with me. I think this was the right place for him to be on the record. And it was really dope.
Dope.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, who's on the record though?
Symba.
Oh, just you and Symba?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
American Idol.
Where this shit go? Tell me ain't no mountain high enough. Fire trucks, you know what happens when them wires touch. Made a gang of noise with these quiet bucks. I move in silence, you gotta keep a pair of quiet chucks. It's been one hell of a ride, pray for plenty more. Have you talking to a ghost like you did me more? Celebrating my losses, let the Henny pour. Friendly wars, fuck you and your thoughts, that's what this penny for. You came from nothing, you appreciate everything. I know that pain, only family you got is your gang. Praying for your day in the sun, but it never came. Don't let them kill your dreams like Martin after Lorraine. I'm so insightful, pick up the rifle. American Idol, eye for an eye though. You better get Geico. I die slow, cut to the chase. We all got music to face. Exhibit back at the dinner table, Sydney 48. But this what I know, type babies for high hopes. Come looking to Moscow. These days, everything a nigga touch go pyro. Different planes, different name, different game. If you think flying private makes you rich, we all on different planes. Trey showed us what happens after math. Invest in yourself, that's how you get to the bag. Every bit of Bitcoin was built to take your last. Why fuck with the metaverse, you can never touch the cash. They say the wealthiest businessmen become suicidal. Give a fuck, nigga, we up, they can suck my Eiffel. Deals with the devil, what would you do for a title? It's all bullshit, my people, American Idols.
Papa was a Rolling Stone. Mama raised me on her own, she ain't do no wrong. All my idols dead, it ain't coming home. I just wish I wouldn't have glorified shit I shouldn't have known. Drug deals, robberies, and pimping hoes. But I can't blame myself for being programmed and pigeonholed. It's rare when niggas get it right and crack the code.
Especially from the stove, that's why most of us look up to hoes.
I come from the worst when niggas hate you at your best. Cause people feel like it's a certain amount of seats to success. I'm dying for respect, I'm not living with no regrets. Cause people who got regrets be downplaying your check. Rich kid ain't rich enough to go live on an island.
People think he corny cause he ain't kill nobody.
Harry donate 20 million, still ain't take no credit. Kanye dropped some jewels and now he too anti-Semitic. Message to my niggas in the streets who out here killing. These crackers want you dead so they can traumatize your children. They make us kill our own through circumstances we was given. You only killed my idol cause we had you in your feelings.
Breaking news out of Southern California, Eric R. Holder Jr. was sentenced to 60 years to life in prison for the murder of Nipsey Hussle back in 2019. Holder was also convicted of 2 counts of attempted voluntary manslaughter in the death of the famous rapper.
Yo,
dope.
Wow.
Dope.
That's such a crazy record, man.
Yeah.
Dope.
So
Thank you.
The Symba line, like, was spicy already, the Kanye line, right? How you feel, you ever think man, maybe I should, based on, you know, what Kanye did on the Super Bowl, like, or you just let it ride?
I've never altered my art to fit the narrative or the conversation. Kanye's or Ye is doing what Kanye's doing, right? But the fact that he is able to articulate what that means and how he perceives it in his rap, I will never tell him to change anything on my accord. You know what I'm saying? That's his opinion, that's his perspective, and I respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So both of y'all got a lot of artists from your regions on your albums. You got a lot of West Coast, you got a lot of Jersey. Why is it important to rep the hometown?
First of all, shout out to Symba. That record was dope.
Thank you,
A
man.
lot
Thank
of
you.
big boy talk on it.
Yeah.
A lot of how you mentioned Bitcoin. How do you feel about Bitcoin? You said it's taking on your
Yeah, I mean, it's like gambling. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like gambling.
Right. Okay.
You know. I mean, you hear these first of all, anything that's sound too good to be true is usually too good to be true. Right. So you hear these astronomical numbers, and I know the direction and the changing of a cashless system is going to be in place. But I mean, you hear these, the investing, and then you see these horror stories like, they crashed $30 billion and niggas walking away with, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? So I know that is going to be the future, but I'm just not willing to gamble right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and I'm not going to tell people that what to do with their money, but you know what I'm saying? I got to see some, like I put it like this. I've come to the point where, I was banging my face against the wall, spending money frivolously, buying, trying to impress people with the look of success. But if I spend $1 million on something, I got to be able to take a shit in it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to, I'm not going to risk, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But I will, if I know I'm going to get some kind of, if I can accept a payment in some big Bitcoin, or I could do a project and it's paid in that, I'll do that, but I'm not gonna reach back in the vault and be here, take all my money. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
You got a little play around money.
Yeah.
Take this play around.
Yeah, let me see how it works.
Exactly.
And until somebody can explain, I'm like, explain it to me like I'm 5 years old.
Right.
Like, if you can't do that, the metric in the fire, and you can lose all your shit if you lose this fucking little thing. Yeah. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the? It sounds like a scam. I know it's the future.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't get behind it.
Somebody, I was listening to Earn Your Leisure. Shout out to those dudes. Those brothers are doing some positive things.
Yeah.
They said, somebody said, not them, because they're pro crypto, but they said, unless you can tell me why it goes up and down, I'm not investing in it.
Right.
And you can't tell, no one can tell you right now.
Correct. Like somebody's sitting there literally doing it like a volume now. Like I'm okay. I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? I'll wait and see where everybody else go. But for right now, give me some dollars.
Yeah.
Cosmo.
All right, cool. Y'all ready to get the party started?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, that's the next category, party starters. I talked to both of you guys independently about your excitement for sharing this music, not only just through the records, but live too. So this category is about those records that's going to really move the crowd, right? Whether it be a concert or a club. So, what song are you most excited to perform from the album?
Which song? Well, that's hard because now I'm performing with a live band. Like I go out with a live band now, 5 pieces. And I've never done that before. So now I'm able to build bigger transitions into songs that I haven't even been able to do off my catalog because either I didn't have an instrumental or I didn't have, a TV track or something. So I'm able to do records now that from my other catalog along with these. So I think— Are they
playing under the track or?
Absolutely.
Okay. So
I got a DJ.
Okay.
DJ Flawless. He's actually from the Bronx.
So he's going to actually play the instrumental while they play on top.
Correct.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
great.
because it's I still want the punch of the programmed music, but being able to have bigger transitions and have that layer underneath it that gives it a different energy. I went from being able to do I could do an hour set with a DJ, but now with a band I'm easily pushing close to 2 hours. Okay. Just big fucking sounding records that I feel really excited about. So it's hard to say one But if I would have to pick one, I would say Everywhere I Go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That record rings off so crazy too.
Yeah.
Man. Yo, Red, what about you? We talked about this in our last conversation, but I can't remember. I don't know if you remember, but you just tell me which one.
A record that I would love to do
Yeah.
off this new album. Like, that's my next go-to. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
Because I performed with a band, like, plenty of times, 10 years ago. I'm actually, one of my bands is from L.A. Dion, the drummer, and a couple of other dudes, and we went overseas killing shit like maybe 10 years ago. Yeah. And the band is another level.
It is.
You can take it so many places, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
The record I would love to perform off this album would be, I would love to, but now that people are circulating with the album, like one of those records will be Don't You Miss. Because it resonates with hip hop and everything, and you know, that's one of those high playing joints that everyone feels off the album.
Yep. Okay. All right, cool. So first up is X, Everywhere I Go.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's hear it. All right.
If you a pussy, shut the fuck up. If you a pussy, keep your hands to your side and don't move a muscle. And watch us real motherfuckers put our right hands in the air. Right hand in the air. And rock it to the west, rock it to the east, rock it to the west, rock it to the east, and rock it to the west, rock it to the east, rock it to the west, rock it to the east. Everywhere I go, 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 everywhere I go. Everywhere I go.
It's a 12-gun salute, cultivation, rotation, pick up my people by the roots. Exhibit bouncing with the troops. I shock in the city like the big homies, then call the truce. Motherfuckers running from the truth. I'm Godzilla, God killer, the snipers on the roof.
Yeah.
Hydraulic singing like the weekend. You taking for drip while I'm dumping them in the deep end. Like the napalm, burn the building down, leaving atom bomb-sized craters in the fucking ground. Pulling up to rolling loud like a Uzi Vert at last. We gon' put the music first. Welcome home.
Everywhere I go, 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 everywhere I go. And rock it to the west, rock it to the east, rock it to the west, rock it to the east, and rock it to the west, rock it to the east, rock it to the west, rock it to the east, everywhere I go.
Greetings and salutations, bitches, to celebration.
Fire!
Yeah.
I can tell that's gonna be one of my favorite joints.
Oh, bro, yeah.
It's gonna be one of my favorite joints.
We before we put this album out, we took these songs overseas. We had some dates out there with the band, and we were testing a lot of these records, and that one absolutely got it going in a way. Like first time hearing it, whole crowd participation, knowing it by the second time it came around, hands in the air everywhere. It really worked in the way that we needed to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's our hit. To me, that's where the fucking rubber meets the road. You know what I'm saying?
You talk about Godzilla on the track, and it sounds like Godzilla.
Yeah.
Right.
But I've always been attracted to aggressive sounding music. You know what I'm saying? I that's not all that I actually make, but I know when I find one that it's got to have something to it, and I really enjoy being able to get up there and still like. Some niggas is too cool to perform. They too cool. You know what I'm saying? Like if you
and we be running them motherfuckers right off the stage. Pull up with that cool shit, and you gon' get done.
You don't want to sweat. If you don't come off the stage with a little bit of
facts.
Yeah, you didn't. What did you do? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's not a fashion show. You know?
Y'all both got a lot of textures and tempos on the album. Can you talk about the importance of sequencing?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Sequencing is everything to me.
Sir Jinx, when I was working with him on my albums, he was involved in America's Most Wanted, a lot of Yo-Yo's music and creating, and he was around NWA, so he understood exactly how important the sequence was. And at the time when we were working together, we used to use DATs. So what he would do is once we had the songs kind of all in the DAT, he would make a case for it. And then he would start putting the songs in order. We have discussions on where it was. Well, that would be song number 8. And then and that's how he was able to figure out where the skits should go. You know what I'm saying? Like, because this needs to transition into this. It just wasn't randomly put together. You know, so sequencing is just as important as writing the song itself. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. Yeah, what's your process for doing that?
Sequencing, editing is everything. In video, music, everything. I learned my sequencing from Ice Cube, from NWA, stopping songs, doing half a little songs, one verse of a song, coming in with a verse and a song. Like, I learned a lot from Cube and NWA. I even took a crash course at NYFA in LA.
Wow.
Just to learn editing. And what I've learned, cause I'm a being behind the board, I'm a minute listener, meaning I can hear 0.1, 0.2 dB. Not a whole dB, 0.1, 0.2. Other people be like, you didn't do nothing. I hear that. I know the value of a ball hair of a second too long. That is value. And I give you an example what I learned at school out there, which was very important to my arsenal. Jaws, the movie. There was a big discussion on that movie, the first Jaws that came out in 1979 or whenever it came out, right? The discussion was a second of showing Jaws. A second more too long, it looked fake. A second less made it look real. That's why if you watch the Jaws movie, they didn't actually show the shark until close to the end of the movie. He was never really in the beginning. It was that second that was a big discussion on that production of making it a second too long or a second shorter. A second longer made it look fake. And I watched it, I was like, wow, they're right. And a second less made it more impactful. So adding that to my arsenal, how I already thought, is how I build my albums. Like, I know when to cut a song where it feels like it's getting too long, or come right in with a skit, or even cutting that skit, and dynamically setting the album with the skits, with the songs to make it flow. Like, what I got back from this Muddy Waters 2 album is like, yo, everybody is like, yo, you got 32 numbered on that album, and you can't tell. And that's what a lot of people is telling me, which let me know I did my job in sequencing it. Like, I actually, and like I said, I engineer, so I'm able to throw the songs up, play with them. Like, it'd be nice in weeks where I don't even record. I'm just sequencing, I'm playing around. I bounce the whole album, listen to it while I'm in the gym, driving in the car. Like, oh, I could change this, come back, rearrange it. So I played with it a lot to get it right. So sequencing is very important. There's a lot of albums out there that got dope songs, but the sequencing is off on even how you number the songs. People don't attract to it, and it's not considered a dope album. And I can hear it. And there's a lot of albums out there, so I would advise y'all to learn to sequence your album accordingly.
Yeah, I have discussions with artists now, and they're like, the songs aren't cohesive, or they're not in a certain sequence, because it's like, people don't even listen to whole albums. They just listen to 1 or 2 songs. So they're designing they're basing their creative process off the algorithm, and that's not it. Take your time, find a cohesive line of songs and make it sequence and make it make sense. Always tell your story with your music from top to bottom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That has to be part of the process, even if you think people aren't going to listen to that sequence. Don't lose the art form of knowing how to sequence an album, a complete body of work from top to bottom.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Red, you chose LaLaLa for this one.
Yeah.
You met the man. Before we get into it, can you talk about the energy you guys have when you perform live? 'Cause I saw you guys, Roots Picnic, I think it was just last year, and your energy is off the charts.
We produced by Vinyl Frontiers, my guys overseas, and co-produced by me as well, LaLaLa. first of all, performing, like X said, performing is everything. Like I take that shit serious. Like I'm in the business of body and shit. Just so we very clear. I'm in the business of body and shit, not just from the records and the album, but to the stage. And like I'm gonna be very like transparent. Like I don't have a gang of radio hits. I never was a radio guy. I ain't have hits all over the radio, so I don't have songs that I could just play around with and be fucking with y'all. Like I gotta make my album cuts and my singles equivalent to perform. So me and Meth on stage, we built a cult following with our music, and we built a cult following of fans that come to a show to watch us, which results back to what I said earlier about respect, respecting people's time, respecting the promoters, being on time, giving a show. Like me and Meth can literally say, yo, we want to go on a 3-month tour overseas, and we could book that shit and have it done within a week, because promoters will come out the woodworks like, yo, we got to get it, because they know they're going to get their money. So performing is everything. We sweat blood on stage. We're not in one spot. We're over. And we got older too, so we don't jump in the crowd like we used to. But bro, I'm talking about, yo, bro, I used to jump off 13 feet speakers. Yo, I broke niggas' arms, bro. I broke 2 people's arms in my life jumping off speakers like higher than the ceiling, bro. I call it the leap of faith. Like but we leave them with something to remember, because it's not just about the show, it's about the experience when we do these shows. So we really hold that to our heart, bro, on giving a good performance and leaving people with an experience. So the LaLaLa record is just something that, and what's funny is that when you said a club banger, his club banger was a hard joint. It wasn't like a song that everybody can. That's not our club bangers. Our club bangers is aggressive shit. When you drop it, they know what it is, and our audience is that. It's 90s. Like this is our club bangers. Not this. You know, none of this. Our club bangers is motherfuckers doing this. So I wasn't surprised when he dropped that banger like that. I was like, okay, it's aggressive. That's X. So same thing, LaLaLa, aggressive beat, hard, and when we throw it on in the show, now we gonna start doing it in the show, it's gonna light shit up.
Crazy. All right, cool. So LaLaLa featuring Method Man.
Everybody welcome me back like I'm Carter. It's 90s ugly, I'm in the mirror like Shubba. America's most blunted. Cheech and Chong say I'm dun-dada. A bounty hunter for the sour ama. Hit your hood, I'm in pocket high, get around. I'm on my toes like a midget in the urinal. Whoever you connect, boy, better tell him I'm looking for the killer. I'm trying to catch a felon.
I'm looking for who's selling. Mary cooking my cerebellum. I pin and tell him my artist war, Machiavelli. By day 7, see what you smelling is me and Helen. You see that 7 or 7
video going up too. Right, video going up.
Mac 11 and split your melon. If that don't get him a honeydew in a split second. America's most put us both in the smoke section with no sticks and no seeds and no exception.
I'm like, yeah, you know I roll that. I'm like, this nigga got it, yo.
I'm like, yeah, and then we smoke that.
Now everybody say, da-na, da-na. I'm like, yeah, you know I roll that. I'm like, this nigga got it, yo.
I'm like, yeah, and then we smoke that.
Big City, step
Oh man,
that was quick as hell. Like 30 seconds. But y'all get the picture though. The thing is, having songs like that as a party record or whatever, in our sense, is being able to drop the music on the hooks. You know, you can drop the music on the East and the West. You can drop it, have the audience saying it. Same thing with LaLaLa. I can drop LaLaLa, bring them down. This nigga, then everybody go da-na, da-na. That's what I pictured when I wrote it and wrote the hook. That's what I pictured. Dropping that beat for the people to say it. That's how I know you got a banger.
Absolutely.
No, that's a crazy one.
Right.
That's a crazy one. All right, so the last category is called Give and Game. And this is about storytelling, introspective moments, insights, like just giving jewels to people running the jewels, right? So for this one, I want to do it a little bit different. I just want to go straight to the song, listen to it, and then like jump in and break down some of the lyrics, because y'all both dropping incredible jewels on the record you chose. So we're gonna start first with Red with Gheddo Motivation.
Okay.
Here's a little ghetto motivation. 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 Here's a little ghetto motivation.
Haters hoping I flop, losing all of my guap. Understand that I'm a lion. I'm supposed to take what you got. And then you say to your ops, I'm a big dog, nigga, watch. You talk dirty, then a janitor start sliding in with the mop. Pedestrians looking like wow. Like the Rock, I raised my eyebrow. Chicks ain't fuck with me when I was broke. So oh no, don't look now. Warrior the way I riff. I feel like everybody hate Chris. Surgical with my freedom of speech. You listening, you might get a facelift. Look, I'm an example of what trap and earn. Under table money, tax return. Cut the cake and split it with the wolves. Jealous niggas, they collapse and burn. Selfish with it, you become the fool. Vulnerable, now women love to do. One of the greatest writers like I'm Ye. You feeling different? Who the fuck are you? Carbon fiber on the whip. This a movie, baby, get a clip. This new world order ain't shit. And I'm not implanted with a chip. Bosses don't follow protocol. Hit your city, shutting down the mall. Bunch of babes all up in the truck. Hit the plane, do it again tomorrow.
Talk through that ghetto music, everybody get motivated. Ghetto music, talk through that ghetto music, everybody get motivated. Ghetto music, talk through that ghetto music, everybody get motivated. Ghetto music, talk through that ghetto music, everybody get motivated. Ghetto music.
Ghetto motivation. Here's a little ghetto motivation. Here's a little ghetto motivation. Here's a little ghetto motivation.
Ghetto music.
Ghetto motivation. Here's a little ghetto motivation. Here's a little ghetto motivation. Here's a little ghetto motivation.
Yes, me, I'm so divine. None of us move on demon time. Young boys, they all getting shot. They feeding what the enemy designed. License with the sticks, so don't trip. My city get a little uncomfortable. Joe Clark motive when it's dark. Cause getting bread is the principle. Shine all over my life, shine all over my chain. Microdosing for the brains, poster child for the pain. I never cap for you lames. Yeah, cannabis, yeah, I'm for the purpose. I ain't in the rap circus. Bring the head, I don't buy the Birkin. You tired of me? Shit, I'm tired of working.
Barred up in there, barred up in there.
Crazy,
like
crazy.
barred up heavy in there, bro. Yeah, bro.
Yo, you had a big reaction to getting bread. It's the principle. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Joe Clark motive when it's dark. Cause getting bread is the principle. It's the wordplay. It's so many jewels in there, and it just shows my growth, bro. My healing through that whole process, bro. Very vulnerable in there, transparent about a lot of things, and even the beginning of the second verse. God bless me, I'm so divine. None of us move on demon time. You know, demon time is that young shit that's going on right now. Like none of us move on that.
Yeah.
It's like I want to educate, but I don't want to preach.
Yeah.
So you got to learn how to talk the language without preaching, sounding dope, if you will. Like, and I mean by dope, meaning if a young person heard that, okay, he said demon time, that's going to catch him. But then if they hear what's after it, they're like, okay, the OG talking. I don't ever want a person to hear my records to feel like I'm preaching. I want them to get that, yo, he talking that shit.
You giving game.
He giving that game. It's something that I can digest easy. Feel me?
Yo, so one of the things you said is young boys out getting shot.
They feeding what the enemy designed.
Right? So can you talk about some of the ways we're being programmed?
Social media is one of the biggest right now, where the young people are learning from social media on what love is, what respect is, what being rich is, what hustling is. They're showing you a pattern of, all right, this is what you need to do to get rich, and this is what it looks like when you're rich. But they don't show the medium part of working, getting there, the pain that you got to go through, the struggle that you got to go through. All that is missing. They just show, all right, this is what it looked like to get money. This is what it looked like when you don't have money. They don't show that middle part. That's why I did that video Booyaka shot showing the income, the healing, and the outcome. You can't just go income and outcome without the healing because you end up in a storm and you have to retract back. So that's why it all ties in to what I be saying and what I'm about. And in order for me to be effective, if you will, I have to live it. Because there's no testimony without the test. You got to be in your own test. So anything that I talk about is I'm going through it as we speak, or I went through it and I'm able to share. And it's about sharing, but sharing in a point where you ain't pointing the finger. Because here's the thing. We're in a world where we're doing this. This is what we're doing. And we're in the world of doing this. And it wasn't until I started doing this where I was like, oh shit, I'm in no position to be doing this. I gotta do this first and walk in the light and let them feel the light and see it. Not saying, I'm the light, I'm the guy, because that's where we're at now. I'm this, I'm the guy. I'm that guy that you should be following. I'm, instead of it being organically felt. So I think our major problem is with the young folks, and not just young folks, this is with everyone. We have to heal and get to a point where we're not depending on social media or anything on the internet to educate us. We have to educate ourselves. There's power in healing in communion. We have to conversate with people. We have to talk to people who's on our level and people who's not on our level. Because at the end of the day, God places people in our life for a reason, whether they're good or bad. And he places us around these people, even though we say, I'm not fucking with that guy no more, but he was placed in your life to grow something in you for the next level of journey you're gonna partake. So if you got an asshole in your life that treated you wrong, he was there for a reason to grow something in you. Because if you're on a bigger path to doing bigger things, the assholeism is gonna be grand. And when you get to another level where they might be digging you up, burying you with dirt, alive. So you're being prepared for that. So I just try to share that with people, even in interviews, even with my interview I did with you, that, I'm a living testament of it. I'm walking with the purpose right now as I'm still learning, and I'm no better than you. That's why I'm able to share and I'm able to talk like that, which I would advise like young artists, what I said earlier, learn to heal yourself. If I knew this shit when I first came in the game, bro, I'd have been somewhere else right now. But I learned it's never too late. I learned at an age that I can share and tell the young people, like, listen, learn to fucking heal yourself along with mastering your craft. But if you learn to heal yourself, bro, and you're able to make a lot of discernments about your business and people who you're around, and you can grow a thorough team at a young age and really be successful and ready to retire when you want at 40. Instead of and doing it for fun. Because I do this shit for fun, but I need to do this to keep my financial ways, situation going. So I want the younger generation to be better than me at the end of the day, bro.
So you said, one more before we get to X, you said this one twice, so I think it's important to highlight it, right? You talked about not being with the New World Order shit, and not, I want to get it right, I'm not implanted with a chip. We're in a time where we got Elon Musk literally trying to put chips in people's brains for Neuralink, right? So what are your thoughts on that?
And when I said that implanted with a chip, it wasn't just about the physical chip of it, because we all know that, right? I'm not getting no chip in me, but it's about walking with purpose over profit. And I say that for a sense, like a lot of people say, like, Red, why you dropped off power? I knew being on power could have changed my life. I knew financially and fame-wise it could have changed my life. But it's a time in your life you're gonna have to make a decision, like what's best for your career now. Like I said, I'm a child of God, and I would rather be obedient than be hard-headed in what God didn't want me to do, if you will. Because sometimes, God gives us free will, bro, but at the end of the day, if he's telling you, I don't need you to do that, and you go and be hard-headed and do it anyway, he'll let you do it, but that don't mean he's gonna fund it. That don't mean he's going, okay, you go ahead. I told you not to, you could do it. But you're gonna come back to me whining, in other words. And believe me, I had a big discussion that week. Like, are you sure, God? Because this money they talking about is dope. This money, it could change my life. It was more than the COVID shot that I walked away from because they wanted me to take a COVID shot, which would be the chip I'm talking about in the song.
Yep.
You feel me?
Yep.
I wasn't getting that shot being on the most powerful show of a series at that time. I wasn't willing to sacrifice my body for one of the most powerful shows at that time.
Yeah.
And I had to walk away from it because I didn't want to taint my blood system. But then again, it was more than that. It was being obedient on what I should do by God's eyes. And I couldn't understand it at first, but when you're following God, you never understand the plan. He sees over the mountain while you only see the mountain. He sees around the corner while you only see the corner. So I had to trust the process. I had to take that, like, okay, you don't want me to do it, I'm not gonna do it. Which I'm not gonna get the chip ever, which I'm never gonna get the COVID shot to be on no movie set or anything. So if you thinking I'm gonna do that, don't even put me don't even put me in line to work with you because I'm not doing it.
Right.
So, in other words, layman terms short, long story short, is never sacrifice who you are, what you believe in for no amount of money. Always walk with a purpose over profit.
That's the perfect segue because X has got a crazy line about purpose in the song he chose too that I want to get into. But you chose "Play This at My Funeral,"
Yes.
which was the first single.
It was actually it's the intro to the record.
The intro, right.
Right, and I wanted to do something different. Even on American Idol, I always loved and seized the chance to do like a one line hook. There's only one line in there that's a hook that separates the verses. So "Play This at My Funeral" was the first thing that we put on the album. And I feel like it's a state of the union. Is where I was mentally, physically, emotionally, kind of giving a backstory of where I've been and what I'm doing. So "Play This at My Funeral" has nothing to do with me literally dying, but if I had only one thing to say left, like here's what I know. It's the synergy of the album. It basically is, giving information like this. If I had to say my last will and testament, here's what I would fucking tell you about my experience here on Earth. You know what I'm saying? And here's how I feel about it, and here's how it's made me feel. And so "Play This at My Funeral" is that. It sets up the rest of the album. I named the album Kingmaker because it's about a transfer of information. It's not about me sitting on the throne or putting on a crown or, even trying to have dominance. It's nothing about that. This is like the ideals, the characteristics, the consistencies, the self-discipline, the things that have made me successful. You know what I'm saying? So here's my explanation of these things and these mindsets in the best creative way possible. In the best form, in the best, genre that I love, to express myself, here it is, I think I owe my fans that.
That's right.
I think I owe, I couldn't leave Xzibit at Napalm. I couldn't leave it in 2012. I've been through a lot since then. So I feel like, I owe it to myself first. And then I owe it to the fans and the people that have been following me. So "Play This at My Funeral" is basically that, man. I put it, again, like what Red said, I'm very vulnerable when it comes to, because I want that realness. I'm not scared of that. I want that in my songs. I want the people to feel that because, somebody out there is going to relate to what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
I hit you saying that I needed to hear it one day, right?
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
got that kind of power.
Right.
It was an instant ad for me. Like, I thought it was a great return, and showing like where you are now.
Yeah.
So
I still give a fuck about the craftsmanship, the process, the pen, you know what I'm saying, is super important, I don't want to sound like I sounded 20 years ago or even 10 years ago. Like, I'm in a different place, and I want to share that kind of peace. That, you know what I'm saying? When he says, I always say I found my peace. It's basically the same thing he's saying is heal yourself. letting go of a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Holding a grudge takes a lot out of you. Yes. Trying to hold people accountable and is not a bad thing, but holding accountability to people and grudges are two different things, and people confuse the two sometimes. You know, there are certain people that can never come back around me simply because of how toxic and what they did or in my environment. You know, that didn't just affect them; it affected me. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, I bring people around because I want to be able to either help them, either build with them, or if they want to learn something and I have the capability and the environment to do so, I want them to have that experience so they can go, because not everybody helped me. You know what I'm saying? like not everybody, but I appreciate that journey. Yeah. You know, and again, like we were saying with social media. Social media paints this picture, and you know, it's like the work ethic isn't there, and people are, you know, they want an immediate stardom, and think because they have these numbers behind this letter on this app that they actually have done the work to become, you know what I'm saying, what they think they are. But I always tell people, you know, especially the young artists that come around, like, you know, if you're gonna be around, learn something. Be a part of the system. Don't try to be the lead singer when, you know what I'm saying, when you might be a better spot for you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I want people to be able to have a positive experience with this album. You know what I'm saying? And take from it with that. And still be entertained. So Play This at My Funeral is definitely that, man.
Awesome.
I like the title.
Yeah, yeah.
Already, I like the title. Love the title
get into
already.
it. Yep.
This is how the album started. Yeah.
Who's singing?
It's like a quartet of people. Yeah.
Yeah. I swear to God, I know I'm not supposed to, but I swear to God, it's been a long journey. Man, I wouldn't do it over if I could. They say, a coward dies 1,000 deaths, but a man only dies once. Yeah, I put together my suit of armor like Tony Stark's. I see dynasties come together but never start. Niggas ain't with me right now cause they ain't had a heart. They get emotional, hold grudges and fall apart. I am the Alpha Omega, I am the Holy Grail. I am from cook it, cut it, serve it, and make the sale. Good to be back this year. Peace to rashes and fear. I feel Scientology clear, yeah. Damn, it feels good to be alive. Recognized I was better off, blessing in disguise. Yeah, I will shoot you right between the eyes. Take a selfie with your corpse, eating a burger with some fries. Damn, I think I need to exercise, cause I gained a little weight, but shit, my pockets is straight, bitch. Rebirth, triple my worth, cause everything is possible on God's green earth. See, I was just a kid when I had a kid, with no real definition of what a family is. Y'all niggas don't understand me, it was just me and Tremaine, with Ileani as nanny, yeah. First world problems came up from coming up. Guilty of shotgunning niggas cause they was running up. Fuck, I've been fighting so long, I sleep in combat boots, I don't never take them off. Pathetic, no work ethic, bad credit. Bitch, get out the way, you was not ready for a nigga with a sense of purpose. I ain't perfect, I'm always working, my sense is urgent. A different person, I was sick of hurting. Close the curtain, no reversing, astroturfing. There's only two things for certain, that we born alone, die alone, and birds keep chirping.
Fire. Fire.
Incredible.
Fire.
Incredible. Yeah.
Thank you.
I sleep in my boots too.
Yeah.
I sleep in my boots too, bro.
Yeah.
So you said you was not ready for a nigga with a sense of purpose. How important is having a purpose?
How important is having that line is specifically about the partner that you choose to be with. You know what I'm saying? The person that you decide to have in your most intimate place is super important. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to think I wanted to be with strippers and, you know, party girls and yeah, I did that in the first part of my career. It was great. You know what I'm saying? but then the energy that you putting out, the energy you expending, you know, and then what you're doing to your psyche and what a relationship, a healthy relationship is supposed to feel like. And you lose this numb shit and then you start doing the dumb shit. And then, you know, like, I've experienced some really crazy shit just in my personal life by the people I choose to be around. You know what I'm saying? So once my I would say, I guess my maturity and my expectation of what I wanted for myself and raising my standards and, you know, trying to want more for myself led me to picking better people, you know what I'm saying, and better partners. And like, that's super important. You know, just as much as we take care of our health and take care of our, you know, businesses and take care of our crafts and whatnot, you gotta take care of your fucking people that you know, close to you, you know, and make better decisions according to that, because it can affect everything that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? It can affect every piece of your life by the choice of your mate. You know?
So I wanted to ask about this because you said a different person. I was sick of hurting. How do you pull yourself out of dark times?
Ooh, I used to self-medicate myself. That didn't work. I used to be mad, try to be, you know, you can't kill niggas with your thoughts. You're sitting there mad at a nigga who don't even realize you mad at him. You know? So I had to start doing a lot of self-reflection, changing things that are hard. Everybody will dance around the fucking elephant in the room, but won't be able to actually deal with the issue. I got a line on the album that says, can you look in the mirror and see the truth? Can you fix the problem when the problem is you? And so it goes back to what Red was saying too, with the self-healing, bro. It's like, you have to work on you a lot when you get to this age, if you're lucky enough to get to this age. So if you get to the point where, you know, I have all these opportunities and all these things to speak to people, I'm not gonna waste this time talking about a bunch of gunslinging raps and a bunch of fucking shit that I've survived. Not even like, listen, we survived that shit. You know what I'm saying? And some people glorify it in a different manner. But when I was talking about it, I was like, thank God that hip hop saved my life, because this was some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was always trying to do in my music, and have that, you know, there's consequence. Every choice comes with an invoice. You know what I'm saying? So we need to, you know, we need to put that in my creative process. So all of these songs, you know, have something, again, nobody wants to preach. I don't like getting preached to. You know what I'm saying? So I know if I'm gonna receive a message in the best way that I've been communicated to, I want to emulate that and talk to the people who want to listen to me. You know?
Every choice comes with an invoice.
Yeah.
That's dope. Gentlemen, this has been a real pleasure and a true honor. I thank you both. Y'all have anything, last words y'all want to share about the music? What's coming up next? Anything y'all want to give to the people?
Man, it's like, fuck, let's go on tour, bro.
I'm with it. I'm sitting back right now seeing which tour is going on.
Come on, man. Let's
if you want to see a Redman Xzibit tour, please drop a fire emoji in the comments.
Yeah, put together a good. Yo, he gonna bring meth. You know what I'm saying? I'll bring out some goodie bags. Come on, man. What?
That'll be crazy.
And we got 2 bands. Come on, festival. Stop fucking around. Let's go.
Hey, yo, I want to shout out the team. Like, I want to shout out House, my label. First time I put my album on my own label.
Wow.
Shout out to Riverton Entertainment. Shout out to Groundworks Distro. Shout out to my manager James Ellis, taking my shit. That's my big bro. I don't give him too much shit, but he put up with young bro shit. I appreciate that. Shout out to my boy Xzibit. I love the album, bro.
Thank you, man.
I can't wait to get it so I can bump it. I can't wait to get it and bump it, bro. Find me at Redman Gilla, Gilla, on the IG, the Real Redman on Twitter. And check out the store in Staten Island, Richmond Hood Company. We doing big things. Check out UEP, United Empowerment Party, our political party for the cannabis industry. Check us out at www.unitedempowermentparty.org. Check out the work we're doing. We're about the fabric of the cannabis industry and withholding it and giving the plant back to the people.
Man, he had a Grammy speech right there.
I got to make sure I shot the team.
Let me do the same. All right. So shout out to everybody who produced on Kingmaker. I'm really excited. It's coming out March 28th. Shout out to the management team, Bobby D Presents, but Big Tato always with me, my right-hand man. Everybody at Greenback Records, you know, we got Julian, we got Keith, we got Richard Buck, we got my man Conor McGregor for sure, and everybody that's rocking with me since, you know, the beginning, you know, until now, man. And all my folks at the crib, my friends, family. Yo, this is gonna be a good time. Oh, awesome. Follow me, everything Xzibit at whatever, Xzibit. That's it.
Word, for sure. Salute to you, Reggie, for having us up here, bro. Thank you for having us part of one of many. One of many, brother.
First of many.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yo, for those at home, thank y'all for tuning in. I'm Reggie Williams. We are Ambrosia For Heads. You can follow us on IG at Ambrosia For Heads, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere, and Spotify.
Yeah.
If you want the best hip hop from all the best artists, go to Spotify. Check us out. Give us a save. Yo, I think we got to have some walk-off music, right? It's only right that it's higher.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Hell yeah. Thank you, man. Hell yeah. Thank you, man. Yeah.
Bro, thank you, man. Yeah, come on. Let, bro.